Welcome everybody to the best replays of the week. My name is Maxwell and this replay comes to us from the user Quink. It may be Quincy, but it's probably Quink, and he's driving the Obj.252u Defender. This thing is the newest premium tank available, the tier 8 heavy tank from the Russians. This thing is set to fill a space that the IS-6 was never designed to do, because obviously this thing doesn't have preferential matchmaking. It does see up to tier 10s, but it is still able to perform pretty damn well even at that tier. Not really sure what Quink's doing here, having a look at the back of the Sherman's tank there. Just having a closer inspection, but anyway. So this thing is a tier 8 Russian heavy tank. It has fantastic armor. The angled upper plate of this tank is over 300mm thick. Even the lower plate straight on is around 200 to 220mm thick. So when it is top tier, tier 8, people are going to find it very, very difficult to penetrate this tank's armor. But again, if you can keep that lower plate well hidden, this thing can be indestructible. Up close, its only real weak spots are the very small commander's hatches on the top of the tank there. And those things are very, very difficult to hit. And what this tank has in armor, it does unfortunately lack a little bit in gun handling. The gun, on paper, is pretty good. It has decent penetration at about 225mm and good alpha at 440, because obviously it needs to compete with the tier 9 and tier 10 tanks. But in practice, its gun handling feels a little bit sloppy. Sometimes shots that you would expect to hit the target, sometimes just miss just a little bit. Obviously, though, this one being a featured replay, Quink's not going to have any of those woes whatsoever. I'm going to go on an absolute rampage here. Already going off to a good start with 900 damage, and hits a shot through the side of the Super Pershing's turret, fully on the move. Always got to be mindful of how you've got the armor on this thing angled, but do bear in mind that its side armor and its rear armor even are capable of bouncing shots. Did get himself tracked by a Jagdpanzer there, but not willing to leave himself out in the open. Was trying to get into a side scraping position against some of these tanks. Doesn't want to offer himself as too much of a target. Did bounce a shot from an AMX there. Now just taking on a Tiger 1. This should be an absolute cakewalk. So as long as he keeps his frontal armor angled just a little bit, that Tiger 1 will have no chance penetrating his lower plate, and absolutely no chance penetrating the upper plate either. Super Pershing may have, but he gets taken out by the artillery before he's able to fire a shot. Now it comes time to move on. Now this is an an encounter battle. So I was right the first time, it is an assault battle. They are defending, and obviously the strongest form of defense is a good attack. Takes out the Nashorn. He's going to move down the center of the map. Could cut out to the right and try and move himself around and then up there. But the problem with moving around to the right is, yes, it would make him slightly safer from the guns of the enemy. A little bit of a low roll there, 368, but still pretty good. While moving around to the right would keep himself safe from the guns of the enemy team. It would also not put him in a position where he can shoot at anybody. He did manage to get the kill on that AMX 5100, which is nice. That is kill number 3 now for Quink. Now just having a look towards this AMX 1375. Moving around up towards the base, gets a lovely shot through his rear armor, and then just moves on to the next target. Like I said, moving around to the right, he wouldn't have been able to shoot at any of these targets here. So moving directly up the middle, he does have the armor just to bounce anything that may come up against him. He's now looking at this T-34-1. Going to try and put a shot into him, but this is almost 500 meters, and that was a beautiful hit on the T-34-1 there. He falls back, realizes that his team's not going to pick up the kill, so Quink stays in position, keeps his gun trained on him while it reloads, finds the best shot, lands it, and then picks up kill number 4. Now he's going to move up and have a look towards this Leopard, He's using a little bit of auto-aim to keep his gun focused in as he moved up the hill. Leopard moves out into the open, and that one just about hits his rear arm, the rear of his side armor, and takes him out for kill number 5. Now Quink's going to move up the hill, maybe look for this AMX, the artillery piece. And see what else he can find up here. His 6th sense has gone off, so he has been spotted by something. There we go, the Rheinmetall is on his left and the artillery is starting to run. Gonna take a hit from this Rheinmetall here, did take it through the side, but it looks like that Rheinmetall maybe had high explosive loaded, because that only did 160 damage. And that's not going to be enough for the Rheinmetall. Quink does have high explosive loaded, not that it was required at the end there, with only 130 health left. And now there's a VK3001P, takes a hit from another defender, way off in the top of the map. As you can see, from that distance, even on the rear armor, that one not going to penetrate. Going to chase down the VK here now. Can he get one big hit on him? He can. Is he going to go for the ram? Nope, he gets tracked and he doesn't have a repair kit. So he's got to just leave himself waiting there. As you can see, just completely ignoring the VK3001. As that guy is a lot less of a risk than the Lurver is. Angling himself against the Lurver. Going to focus in on the lower plate and get alongside him. Lovely little maneuver there. Trying to keep himself safe from the 3001P, but as you can see, the 3001P not quite able to do any damage to him. His track has come up now. Going to put another shot into the side of the Lurver. As you can see, the Lurver is able to fire down onto the top of the defender. So Quink's just got to keep himself moving. Does not want to make it easy for the Lurver to fire at him. Takes a shot in the rear from the Jagdpanzer. Gets alongside the Lurver. Takes him out. Now he's going to focus his gun on the Jagdpanzer 4. Looks like the Jagdpanzer 4 is having difficulty trying to pen him. Going to keep his rear armor pointed towards him, because it is nicely angled. If he'd spun himself all the way around in an effort to get his front armor on, he would have presented side armor and then probably taken some damage. Takes him out now and moves on to the VK3001P. VK trying to get himself into cover, but it's going to be too little too late for him. Quink is just going to be able to move on him. As you can see, 3001P fired APCR gold rounds. Sorry, premium rounds. And neither of those able to penetrate. Tier 6, your best bet with this thing is just run for the hills. You're not going to be able to penetrate it. So Quink's picked himself up a very nice 6,500 damage and 9 kills. But the game, by far, still nowhere near over. The enemy team has an IS-6, an Obj.252, and the artillery. And it's almost even at 12 kills to 11. The allied team have Quink himself, but he is a one-shot. They have a T-28 prototype and a Nashorn. But it looks like Quink here coming in from the side. T-28 prototype is on quite high health as well. Not really sure the enemy heavy tanks know that Quink is here. Lets his gun aim just as long as he dared there to take out the IS-6. That is kill number 10 and a well-deserved Pools medal. He does get spotted, so going to get himself into a little bit of cover here. Just under 2 minutes on the clock. Keeping an eye on that right-hand side in case the artillery flashes up. Quink reckons he's probably on the 0 line. So that's almost certainly where he's ran to. He does get spotted, which means the artillery is in this area somewhere. Going to move in on the object here. Not quite able to land that shot. He's got to leave that for his teammates now. T-28 Prot finally takes him out. Going to focus his gun in on the AMX. Can he get him before he backs away? He gets the shot, but that one just hits the gun. And the amount of times I've fired at an AMX, the mid-tiered French artillery, and only hit that gun for only hit the gun for a critical hit. It is criminal. So now we're going to try and chase him down. There's under a minute on the clock, but this being an assault battle, if the time runs out, they will win. This will not be a draw. The enemy team will lose. They have to kill all tanks or cap the base. But Quink's not leaving it a chance. He gets a hit on him. Only takes out his track though, and it looks like the AMX doesn't have a repair kit. But this thing does have about a 12-second reload. So I'm going to hopefully get him before his repair is done. That's the shot. That's the kill. And that is the end of the match. So absolutely awesome game played there by Quink. Picking himself up over 7,000 damage. Picking himself up 11 kills and really being the linchpin for his team, winning this one. Without him, this game would have been all but over. So awesome replay there from Quink. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.